guys, welcome to my channel. This is really awkward, but I am heading out today. I've got free time, so I am going to take that opportunity to do some stuff outside, crafting outside. I also need to get a couple of things for future projects and maybe just get my steps in. You know, as an introvert, I don't get enough steps in, probably. So, plan is I am going to be crocheting a couple things today, including a couple of things I'm making for my friend. She's paying me not in money, but in food, which fine by me. But I just gotta make a couple more of these pastel rainbow pouches for her. So I'm gonna bring that yarn with me, and as an extra project, just in case that I finish that one early, I'm gonna bring some white yarn and I am going to make myself a little book cover. Book cover? No, wait, book sleeve. I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff today. I need to go to the post office and post like a package to a friend of mine in Sydney, and then I need to go to Richmond, and then hopefully by the afternoon I can follow my initial plan and go over to the Royal Botanical Gardens, have a seat, you know, just relax, get some fresh air. So it seems that because I forgot today was Friday before Grand AFL final, post office is not open, so I have to walk back home, put the package away, and then just go straight to Richmond. Damn shame. Okay, so I'm back home and my battery is about to die because I've been out all day. So before that happens, I'm just gonna show you what I got today and what I managed to achieve, because a lot of things didn't go to plan. So first, I already tore the package open because I got impatient, but I got this hanging storage from IKEA because I needed more yarn storage instead of just putting them on my a drawer like this. And I also went and got this beautiful white velvet fabric for a different project I have in mind. It's very soft, it's very lovely, and it's very shimmery as well. But as you can see, the fluff is getting everywhere. So I should fold this and put this away before I get covered in it. And as for my crafting, here's what I achieved. I forgot to bring my craft scissors with me, so after I finished one of the rainbow pouches, I didn't get to, you know, cut this and weave in the end, but I finished one, which leaves just one more of the 12 that I need to do. And this is how much progress I got on the book sleeve that I'm making. Made myself a little bit of dinner, just good morning. It is 8:40 in the morning now. I said I was gonna finish all my pouches yesterday, and I did. Didn't film the part where I finished it, but I've got all of them crocheted here. And these pouches are they're for a friend of mine who also works in childcare. I work in childcare also, by the way. And basically these kids are graduating, and as a little gift they're all getting these pastel colorful pouches. So, but they're all personalized. So now that I finished all of them, I need to embroider in I need to embroider in black thread all their names. Most of them have pretty short names, like 5 letters-ish, but there's one that's really long and I'm dreading it. But I gotta get that done. And I've also made all of the what are they called? The drawstrings. So there's just all single drawstrings, and these are just, they're just all lengths of chains. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Also, yesterday while I was finishing the last of the pouches, I finished the audiobook for Fumbled Love by Lila Rose. And so I need to do that. I need to put it in my reading journal today. Yes. I'm having Mexican for lunch. My brother ordered. So I've got some chips and a grilled chicken, Mexicana chicken bowl. I forgot the name. And a vanilla shake. Ignore the tissue in the background. Okay, so excuse the horrible lighting. My window unfortunately like faces east, west. What's north? I think my window faces north, which means the lighting like in mid-afternoon and stuff gets like really weird. And there's never actually like any good lighting in my room. Anyways, I am still in the progress of sewing all these pouches, sewing them together, but I've gotten 4 done, and I'm exhausted, really. I'm really tired. But I think at this rate, it's gonna take me a good chunk of my afternoon to finish this, and I don't think I'll be able to finish reading a book today, not a physical one at least. So I'm going to remedy that and get as much done as possible by listening to an audiobook. And what audiobook do I have? To Hate Adam Connor by Ella Mays, and yeah, hopefully it's it's 11 hours and 44 minutes, but I listen to audiobooks on 1.5 speed because I am a fast talker, which also means I prefer it when people talk fast. So yeah, maybe you'll be able to finish this fast, but we'll see. By the way, I've been wearing this all day, but does anyone like my cat Howry? So I finally finished stitching and attaching the drawstrings onto all these pouches. So that's done. I am in chapter 4 of To Hate Adam Connor, and I was fully not expecting there to be a character with the same name as me, and for that character to be the male lead's ex-wife. It feels weird, okay? It's I personally in real life have not met a lot of other Adelines, so I've never had this uncanny situation. But tell me why in recent years the name Adeline has been used for so many antagonistic characters in romance books. What did I do? Oh god. Anyways, the book's good so far. The female lead feels kind of unhinged, but I'm okay with that. Her actions with the ladder kind of I'm dubious about it. Maybe we'll see her doing some stuff that's not just her being slightly creepy. Okay. I might do my reading journal page for Fumbling Love that I finished yesterday. I've already collected some of the stickers I'm going to use. Yeah, I've already collected some of the stickers I'm going to use. I will say though, I like using these character stickers when I'm doing reading journals because it's convenient and I don't have to like draw anything, and just in case I forget what the character looks like down the road when I want to refer back to it when I'm, you know, recommending books to someone. But can someone please just make more stickers plus size women, because and women of color as well. Like nowadays, if I have a person of color as the main character, I have to draw it myself, and it's kind of a pain because I always really have such a like specific idea of what they look like in my head, and I get way too into it. I would prefer just something nice and easy, and yeah, like me drawing it myself kind of defeats the whole purpose of the stickers making it easy for me to remember their like basic features, like blonde hair, brown hair, how they dress, stuff like that. Someone please make a collection. Like most of my stickers come in like these washi tape forms. Like I've got brunettes, I've got blondes, I've got some redheads. Someone make a whole roll of washi stickers of POC women, first of all, POC women, and plus size, please, please. I will pay you all the money, all of it, please. So it is currently 5:50, and I decided to take a break from crocheting to put a dent, not a dent, but like maybe a tiny dent into my physical TBR. And so I finished The Maid by Nita Prose. So I'm gonna list that down in my reading journal. As for how I rated it, it was for me personally, I liked the writing. I liked most of the characters. I think the suspense was written well, but for me, I would give it maybe a 3.75. Like it was good, but it wasn't enough to make me wish, there was more to the book, that there was going to be more to the characters, things like that. But yeah, 3.75. Personally, I think it's a solid, nice, easy afternoon read if you're into mystery thrillers. So I'm gonna have to put that in my reading journal, but right now I think I'm going to get dinner first. Good morning. No, it's afternoon now. But I had a late night yesterday. I spent all of last night, after the video cut off, finishing this book, Voyage of the Damned. How do you guys say it? Voyage? I don't know. However you say it. I had mixed feelings about this book. See, the concept was there, but I had a couple of gripes with it. Like, I get it. Anyways, hold on, spoiler. I'm gonna set a spoiler alert here. Like, skip to this if you don't want to hear spoilers about it, and just go to my star rating for it. But I had issues with the fact that, like, the writer made so many, like, cool characters, like, so many cool POC characters as well. And, like, they were written to be very resilient characters. They overcame, like, a lot of hardships, and built themselves from the ground up, and they gained, like, a horrible reputation for it. Like, not the most moral, like, actions, obviously, because, let's be real, if you're completely moral, there's no way you're gonna survive in the world. Especially one as harsh as this, where, like, there's a lot of corruption, and, like, there's a class system going on, and a lot of discrimination. But I had issues with the fact that we were told in the beginning that a lot of people would die. I just didn't expect my favorite characters, personally, to be eliminated in such a... God, I feel like the author did them dirty, I feel. And I also have a problem with the fact that the main character is a white male, and the only people of color that survived this whole ordeal is the main character's boyfriend, who, quite frankly, oh god, I feel like he was kind of forced into the story in a way. And the 6-year-old girl, who also still, despite not dying, ended up losing an eye. There was a good concept, but the execution was, to me, personally, again, personal opinion, questionable. So for my star rating of this book, which by the way, this is the Illumicrate version that I got, like a 3.5, and 0.5 of that rating is exclusively because I love the 6-year-old. The 6-year-old in this book is so cute. Like, I would read a whole book of just this 6-year-old, just and her antics. Also, I have an issue. Like, the moment I opened this book, I came across with an issue right away, and that is in this map of their, like, nation, right, of Concordia. I would like to point out that down here, you can see the illustration, Ermine Province, aka where the igloos are, is neighbor to the Bear Province, which is a freaking desert. And the Ermine Province is also neighbor to the Fish Province, which is a port. It's a fishing town. I immediately had a problem with this map because geographically makes no sense, right? You can't have a tundra and a desert right next to each other without at least some sort of big river going through it, because that, like, you can't have heat and ice right next to each other and not have something in between, because that transition makes no sense. And I thought that even if there was no scientific, like, reason for that to happen, you know, no, I'm not a geographer. I didn't study geography in high school. I did in middle school, but not in high school. And I'm not a geography, like, nerd or anything. But if this is the case, if there is a possibility of a tundra and a desert being geographically neighbors, like that close to each other with nothing in between, explain it to me in the comments. I would love to learn. But to me, it didn't make any sense. And then I thought maybe there was some sort of magical reason for it, because this is a book that has magic in it. Maybe, like, there was some sort of magic that was maintaining this barrier in between, like a barrier or something in between these two provinces that made this like this climate difference possible. But there was nothing about that. They were just neighbors. Okay, author Francis White, forgive me. I'm not trying to be. Okay, this is just my honest opinion. I was like, I know fantasy is fantasy, but I can't, like, as soon as I saw that map, I was like, how can
2,000 years later.
Okay, so it's been like 3 hours since I last checked in. I'm not coming up with excuses, but I was, like, dealing with some other stuff. Like, I was talking to my family on my phone for a little bit, and then I got distracted by other stuff. But anyways, I got back into it, and as I'm not really one to measure my crochet projects. I probably should, but I don't. Like, don't take too much craft advice from me. I'm very much once I learn something, the rest of it is very much go with the flow or consult Google. But I grabbed a thicker paperback, like a standard paperback size, but it's like a thick book. I just grabbed it off my shelf to, like, use as reference to see how far along I've gotten. So if I just wrap it around this book, because I wanted to make sure this could work with both small, like, thinner paperbacks, like thinner books, and a thick book like Lucy score books. But okay, so I've gotten to this point. Like, this can touch the back of the page, but now I just need to double crochet some more, front loop only, to cover up this bit, like this part of the thickness of the book, and then I can start decreasing to make like a triangular shape the way a letter would. And then once that's done, I can line the edges to flatten it out and just make the sides look a little bit neater. But I'm pretty close to the end. I think I need maybe like four or five more rows before I can start decreasing. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I can finish this today, hopefully. That's about it. I'm really starting to wonder if I should just make my crochet or crafts, you know, updates and my book updates in like separate videos, but no, I'll just do it all in one. I feel like if I did it separately, there wouldn't be enough content in the video. Okay, wow, the exposure in the background is really bright. Okay, it's, oh god, it's like almost 7 o'clock now. And I finally finished all the decreasing, so as you can see, we've got a nice triangle point right there. I've gotten sick of just staring at this white, all white thing. I think I just work better with like colored projects, or like, you know, projects that have some variation in like the type of yarn used. If I use the same yarn, I'm gonna get bored just looking at it. So yeah, I've gotten to the part, you know, just doing this little point. I've done all my decreasing. So all I have to do now is like the border, and because I'm sick of looking at it, I'm just gonna leave this for tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Monday. I didn't get up super early today, but early enough. It is 9 o'clock pretty much, and I have my banana matcha smoothie. This is my breakfast, and I've got a bunch of things to do today. I've got a list actually. I wrote it on my whiteboard, but I'm not gonna show you my whiteboard because my handwriting is atrocious. But first of all, I gotta get rid of the nail polish that I have on. If anyone's noticed, by the way, they're 2 different colors, and the reason for that is because I don't paint my nails very often, like whether it's going to a professional to get it done or doing it myself. So, but I had some in my room, so I figured I'd give it a go, and I gave it. They're 2 different designs. One's like darker, like black and red, and the other is pink. And I mean, I do like this one better, but I figured I've already painted it. I might as well keep it on for a little longer, but it's time to get it off. It's a new week, new start. I don't think I'm gonna paint my nails for that often, but it was fun. It was fun while I had it. I also have to, if you remember, on Friday I was going to send off a package, but I forgot it was the Friday before AFL finals, so the post office wasn't open. So as soon as I get this off, I need to go send off the package, and I've been thinking of getting back into Pilates recently, and I found out there's one close to where I live, within walking distance. So I might go check that out, but first I need to get some grippy socks, and if I have the time to come back, you know, after, like, if I can finish all that, like, all that stuff early, I'm gonna come back and finish this book sleeve. I just really am so tired of it. I really want to get it over with. Like, results, at this point I don't really care about whether or not it looks good. I just want it over with. And then what else do I need to do? I think that's pretty much my afternoon before I go out to lunch, and I have to hand over the completed pastel pouches to my friend, so I have to head over to her place to do a quick drop off after she's done with work. And she lives near a Spotlight, so the craft store, so I might have a little look-see, because I have been struggling to find like faux fur yarn in a specific brown shade because I really wanted to make a crochet plush of Pesto the penguin, the icon, the moment. But it's so hard to find faux fur yarn in that specific color. I thought Kmart had it, but apparently it's sold out pretty much everywhere. So yeah, I need to see if they have anything I can use instead, because I really do want to make that plush and then possibly bring it with me to the zoo and then show Pesto his replica. Sometimes my projects and my goals don't make sense. Like sometimes it's just me doing whatever I want with no rhyme or reason or rationality. I'm just doing whatever at this point. Okay, so I'm just gonna take these off now. Package set. Alright, so I bought my socks. I already rolled them up and they're in my cabinet now. I have to leave at like 3:30-ish to catch the train to my friend's place. Upon which, you know, in the train I'll be listening to the audiobook and crocheting some more because the grind never stops. In the meantime, I have pretty much 3 hours. So I'm just gonna get this out of the way, finish this little book sleeve, and maybe if I have some extra time, I probably will be editing this video just so that I don't have to rush and edit everything at the end of the full week. And if I can finish editing the video as well, and I still have some more time, ideally, given that this is the 30th of September, last day of September. Wow, time really flies. I can't believe 2024 is almost over. I will be setting up my October page on my reading journal. So I'll have to mark the end of the books I've read in September, which is, gosh, time flies by so fast. Oh, this is scary. Okay, so I finished the first row of borders. It was all double crochets, so I thought it would add some height, but once I put like I grabbed a random book from my shelf as a height reference, it seems I might need to do another row. My main concern, however, is that if I add another row, then this point ends up becoming longer as well, and I'm worried it might warp. So what I'm gonna do instead, before adding another row, is I'm going to try steaming this, and hopefully that stretches out the fiber a little bit to the point where it's just tall enough, but not too tall, so I won't have to add another row. Y'all. Okay, yeah, steaming it was the right choice because now it is the perfect size for a regular paperback height. And at the end, since I didn't need to do another row, I just took that bit, slip stitched it, and then I made a really long chain, and that's just gonna wrap around it like this. The reason why I called this project the Love Letter book sleeve is because the original inspo, which I'll put right here, as you can see, has a heart at the end of this string. I don't know what to call it. So I need to make that, and I've got here just some scrap cotton yarn in, I think it's just called Red. So I'm just gonna make a red heart real quick and then attach it to the end of the string, and then I'm basically done. I'm productive today. This is great. This is great. Every day should be like this. I should just do this all the time. It's so cute. I finished it. Oh my god, I'm so relieved it's done. Okay, so that's another project done. Thank goodness. Phew. Why is the exposure so high? My god. Okay, this is done, and I think I'm gonna get to editing because I think I've got a decent amount of footage now, and yeah, hopefully that'll like pad out my afternoon. So finally home. I am just gonna go like have a quick run through of what I got at Spotlight and what I plan to do with it. So first of all, I bought like four skeins of the ModaVera Otis Faux yarn, which is polyester and it's furry, and it is in the color Sesame. These I was hoping to find a precisely like dark brown faux fur type yarn that I could use for my Pesto plush. Pesto has taken over my life at this point. Like, he's all over my For You page. He is everything. But I couldn't find it at all. So at this point, I'm desperate to get it done before Pesto like turns into an adult penguin and I can no longer show him his replica as if he was looking at a mirror. So, as a desperate measure, I have instead bought, and I know that this is possible because I have seen people online do this, some Rit Dyemore in chocolate brown and graphite, and these are the ones that are compatible with synthetic fibers. And I am going to hopefully be able to mix the perfect percentage of these and dye these yarns the perfect shade of brown. And if I mess this up, well then I guess I'm gonna have to do something else with it. Hopefully I get it right, because this was a lot of money. Four balls of yarns is a lot of money. Obviously I'm gonna do like a test thing, so I'm gonna take like a small chunk of the yarn and test like the percent. Oh, sorry about that burp. To test like the percentages and ratios of how much of these I should put in to dye all 4 of these, but that'll be a different video. I feel like I need that to be a different video. I might make the whole Pesto thing a different video just because this is so much work. This is so stressful as well. And of course I also got this red yarn, which is, I'm gonna make a pouch similar to the rainbow pastel ones that I made for my friend as her kindergarten kids like graduation present. Because of those kids, one of them has a very specific hyperfixation on the color red that I've just been requested to make him especially like red one. So I got the same yarn type, so it's also pure wool printed from 4 Seasons, but it is in the red brown color palette rather than the pastels. In the past, when we've discussed her wanting to learn crochet so that she could crochet things for the kids, she mentioned how she saw a crochet narwhal online that she really loved and she really wanted to try making. Unfortunately, my friend is not so gifted in the art of the magic circle, and it is confusing to her. She's mastered the double crochet and like making blankets, but the magic circle eludes her. So I'm making her with this leftover yarn and some white yarn that I have on hand, just to bust my very extensive stash, a little rainbow narwhal. Hopefully it turns out okay. As you can see, I've barely finished it. It's gonna be pretty big. I think it's gonna be about this big. I think I have enough yarn for that. But yeah, that's a little surprise that she doesn't know I'm making for her. So shush, keep it quiet until I finish it. Okay, so I finished lunch and I feel like I should talk a little bit about my trip to the NGV. I don't want to yap too much because I know I did do it. Because yesterday when I was editing the video that I had, it was so long. Like 3 to 4 days worth of video was almost an hour long before editing. So I don't want to say too much. But I liked it. I enjoyed the Pharaoh and the African fashion exhibit at NGV. Because I've always been I was a huge history nerd when I was in middle school. Because English and history were my favorite subjects at the time. I enjoyed the Pharaoh exhibition. There were a lot of people, by the way, which I'm glad because it seems everyone's enjoying the exhibition before it ends. I mean, the Pharaoh exhibition's been around for a while, but because of the length that the exhibition was going to stay in Melbourne, despite having found out about it early on, I delayed it until to this point, until I realized that it was about to leave because it finishes at the 6th of October. And then I realized, yeah, you know what, if I don't go now, by the time I have more work and school next week, I'm never gonna get to it. So I just went. And there was a joint ticket with the African fashion exhibition, which I really enjoyed as well. I love seeing all the incredible creative designs and all the fabric patterns and the way, oh my gosh, the designers are so talented. I had so many favorite pieces, which obviously because by the time I edit it will be I'll be listing showing all my favorite pieces from the exhibition. But I loved it. It was amazing, and the music was so catchy. I was trying to find the music, I couldn't find it. If anyone knows who created the sound / music that was present in the room with all the mannequins, all the mannequins surrounding you, and then the video of the models in the outfits dancing along. If anyone knows where that music is from, who wrote it, or if I can find it somewhere, please tell me. I would love to listen to more of it. It was so fun. Guys, it is 9:30 at night. I am exhausted and I really want to go to bed, but I finished the rainbow narwhal. Oh, this lighting is really bad. I don't think you can see it very well. You know, I'm gonna yeah. So I finished the rainbow narwhal. You know, got the pastel rainbow on the back, little horn, which is a little bendy, but that's fine. The children will not notice and they will not care. Its little tail and flippers, which are slightly asymmetrical, but that's fine. Again, the children will not care that much. And I gave it a little bit of a smile. I hope my friend likes it. Okay, so it is 9:55 and I'm about halfway through this book. And the synopsis is basically, in this kingdom, there's this village of people that's sort of separated from the rest of the kingdom through a huge chasm, a big crack in the ground, and they're basically neighbors to this kingdom, this nation of winged creatures who are providing them with resources because they're so cut off from the rest of the land and have barely any. But in exchange, every once in a while, they get to just grab a couple of sacrifices from the village and basically, take their life force as a source of immortality. I'm halfway through. The main characters escaped the ledge and her captors with the help of the male lead. I'm enjoying it so far. It's very fast-paced for the first half, I will say that, because she went from her village to being captured to being freed pretty quickly. I'm just curious for the other half of the book what they're going to do, because I know the male lead has a plan for revenge against this kingdom for his own personal reasons. I'm more wondering what the main character is going to do, because while she has her issues with how the kingdom sort of abandoned the people of her village to their, circumstance because they couldn't really reach them beyond the chasm, and it doesn't seem like she has any other sort of glaring motivations for her to go back and help the male lead with his revenge plan. So I'm kind of curious as to where her journey personally is gonna go. I mean, like, I finished it. First of all, I did not expect there to be one plot twist at the end. It was okay. I enjoyed the main character. Like, I loved her personality, but I feel like they didn't do much with it. So I'd rate this book, I finished this book, and I'd rate it a 3.5. Tell me why I'm so unenergetic today. Maybe it's because I didn't have caffeine today, but I really don't want to drink caffeine today. Anyways, what did I do today? After I finished Ledge, I had lunch, and then I did my book journal. Oh, I can show you the page that I did for Ledge. So, yeah, that was I did a little bit of crocheting as well, but, not too much. Honestly, right now I'm kind of really bored, but I don't feel like doing any more crochet or anything else. To be honest, I think I might spend the rest of the afternoon getting some editing done, and I'm probably gonna go on my Notion to plan out some more specific videos instead of just these weekly vlogs, because I'm starting to realize these vlogs end up so long. I might have to make specialized videos for certain things, so that's probably the direction I'm gonna go with. I was initially worried that I wouldn't have enough footage if I was just gonna do book videos and crochet videos separately, but now I know that's not true because I can't stop yapping because I'm a yapper. So yeah, so editing and video planning, content planning. Yeah, hopefully I won't be bored by that.